Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
On the wake up. Mama, you gonna wake up the rest of the bitches.
Check us out, y'all.
Yeah.
Did you wake me up?
Yes, I woke you up. On the wake up.
They don't want to hear that Malcolm X shit. Man, yes they do. They need that shit.
Now we give them a little something called a stay woke up.
On the wake up.
Wake up! Wake up!
We paying for water and shit.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Huh? Think, McFly, think.
Wake up!
On the wake up.
Wake up. Wake up, son. You're gonna have to use something a lot stronger than coffee. Let's make some wake-up juice.
On the wake up. And we're back at it one more again for the most dangerous 2 hours in radio. On the wake up with your host this evening, your brother Cam Kazi the Cutlass, and my co-host, my brother John the Masonic Marine from the Truth Booth podcast. Shout out to super producer Cindy Ashby for bringing this all together. Shout out to the whole On the Wake Up Radio family, and shout out to you, the listener, the On the Wake Up Radio Army. You can check us out at onthewakeupradio.com, where we have our live streaming radio 24 hours a day, 24/7, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We finally got it. Tune into that, especially if you're listening on the Instagram right now, because we're going to talk about some shit tonight. So you already know it's going to get choppy on us. You can also check out the archives at the SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Check those out. Definitely hit that like button. And if you know somebody who is on the wake up and ready for this content, hit that share button, please. We would greatly appreciate it. Big shout out to the On the Wake Up Radio Army, as always, tuning in. And live from FEMA Region 2, shout out to Acting FEMA Region Administrator. It's a new one now. Deanne something. I can't remember this lady's last name, whatever the fuck her name is. I'll find it for you. We finally got officially got our FEMA Region Administrator now. John, we had the acting administrator. Now we got the official administrator. You got unmute your mic, my man. Unmute your mic. Let the people hear what you have to say, brother.
I'm listening. So who is this new chick? He said, man, fuck this bitch's name. Lights on.
Hold on. I'm gonna find out for you, man. Yeah, her name is Deanne something.
What she look like?
I don't know. What you mean, like, is she bad?
Yeah, she's probably old and haggard or some shit.
She looked like an old eugenicist, brother. That's what she looked like. She looked like a Margaret Sanger type. Deanne Criswell. She looks like she's in the Margaret Sanger fan club. That's what she looks like to me.
Yeah.
Deanne Criswell.
Make sure none of them breed, man. Fucking
right.
Right.
People be like, oh, don't talk about her. Like, fuck it. Like, she can do whatever she want to do anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, shut these niggas down.
Yeah. Fucking Christie tried that shit with the bridges. Remember that?
Oh, you remember that, right? Exactly. And he was just the governor. Imagine what the region administrator can do.
What was delegated upon said title?
Ooh, that's the way to start off the show right there, brother. What does the FEMA region administrator do?
I mean, because you got to think about it. You got all these executive orders under the administration. We can take this. We can take your goddamn your water. We can take your house. You motherfuckers.
Right. like in real life, and people don't even realize it because most people don't realize that they have a region administrator in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
what relevance do they have for our lives?
Right. Exactly.
Stand by.
Right, stand by. You'll find out. Fuck around and find out. Yeah, I don't really know what their powers are in the first place. I know it's some shit though.
Ain't nothing we can Wikipedia. Oh my God, where are our allies of truth and justice? Fuck.
Right. They're loud tonight.
Wow, in Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, man, y'all are a different breed out there, bro. People don't. I hope nobody ever sleep on Newark in their life. Get the game fucked up.
We from Newark, Delaware, Newark, Colorado. Like nice ass suburbs, I bet. So.
Right. Oh, someone's cousin is chiming. Is that my cousin or your cousin?
My cousin.
I think that's one of your people.
Mm-hmm.
I know. It's a family affair.
What's up, cuz?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta go pay him a visit too.
Oh, word. Word.
Mm-hmm. That man Tanner is a man of the land. Mm-hmm. Ramapola Nappy.
Oh, word. Shout out to Ramapola Nappy. You remember when we were over in the office, right?
Oh yeah.
They were bringing a disrespectfully bringing a tour through our office.
Where do you guys have an office at? That's the
You know what I'm saying? People were just leading the whole tour through there. He said the Lenape Indians. This was an ancient creek in the Lenape land. We said, people. I said, this is a Lenape right here. I said, you want to see a Lenape? There were a whole bunch of British folks. Look on their face with the confusion.
They eat a motherfucking shawarma or lamb shawarma with onions and shit.
Yo, you can tell they. You can tell they didn't believe us too. Like, is this nigga really an Indian?
With a leather jacket and Marine Corps chevrons and rank.
Right.
What kind of Mad Max shit is this?
Right, exactly. This isn't what we paid for. Like, yes, it is, motherfucker. You wanted the authentic American experience. This is it right now. Me, fucking Indian in the alleyway on a tour about his tribe.
Fucking covered. Like P.T. Barnum couldn't have put on a better show, bitch. Like,
right, exactly.
Okay. I just want to think about being alone. I love with my food tastes. Oh my god! You cook for this, hungry, stomach touching your back, like boom, bam. Let that make it mean something. Anywho, it's out.
Yeah, yo. Speaking of P.T. Barnum, man, may he burn in hell, the cocksucker. I just want to throw that in there. Like, he was never a good person. Like, the West has a habit of elevating like these treacherous people to positions like the high stations in society. You know, like remember that Hitler was Man of the Year. Was Time Magazine's Man of the Year at one point. Okay, they didn't start disliking him until he started killing other Europeans. All right.
No, they ain't started disliking him until the fucking certain. I'm gonna watch those words.
Until the beginning and
like Michael Jackson coming out with a new fucking song to me being fucking act like I got a Ouija board on the table for it. Like,
Shimon, hit them. Nigga, was that a sentence?
Damn, I know. I just butchered all that shit. I wanted to say motherfuckers got infiltrated. You know how, like, certain organizations got infiltrated. So, but I was like, let me just shut the fuck up. But you just looking at your face with the anticipation, like, what is he about to say?
I was waiting for. I knew you were gonna say some juicy shit. You said. It ain't too hard that. Ain't too much for me.
Yeah, you are hilarious, yo.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yo. That's exactly what the fuck it sound like, though.
Yo, that's what it sounded like, man. Like, and we were just waiting for it, just hanging on your every little your utterances. He did not deliver, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm done with you. Like a piece of the playground in this house laughing at your shit.
You got me, man. I would take off my shirt, but you know.
Oh my god,
Yeah, but I gotta be accountable to people out here. It's getting hot now.
I'm trying to get my fucking composure fucking with you.
Man.
This niggas. Now watch us walk on eggshells and dialogue with you, my guy.
Oh shit. Just getting started, folks. Listen, if you are tuning in on the IG, definitely go to onthewakeupradio.com. You can keep the Instagram on, but
Yo, can they hear through IG?
I don't know, because it's like everyone that comes bounces, so I don't even know.
Pause.
Oh, word. Should we be concerned with China? Hell yeah, we should be concerned with China. Steven69. We've been talking about China for years, John and I. See, okay, so right. So this is what we said, right? Coming into 2020, before COVID hit, we said it's time to go back and look at old stuff, old documents, you know, old material, because it's going to be tough to make sense of a lot of the things that are coming, you know, that are coming out right now. China's one of those things. Oh, like, okay, hold on. Wait, we got this. Dr. Reverend Teresa said they elevated Hitler to kill on their behalf when he found out who they really are and how they were wicked. He started to kill them. He became the monster they created, and now they over the West Bank. Well said, Dr. Reverend. What you got, brother?
I mean, like, goddamn, like, when look at, you can't point blame and like conspiracy. Like, what goblins hang around the king's coin? Look at the constant fucking track record through history. This ain't no shit we just made up last week. Like, right. Stereotypes are stereotypes, right?
Right. You know, they often come from somewhere. You know, like, okay, so, because people ask me about this whole Israel conflict, and it's like, dude, I can't tell you how many people have come up to me and been like, do you think the U.S. is going to get involved in this? Like, fuck you mean, are they going to get involved in this? Like, have you not been paying attention the last how many decades? You know what I'm saying? Like, U.S. is right in there with them. You know what I mean?
The people, like, that's what kills me with motherfuckers. Like, oh, they hate your American way of life. They hate your ball games and your fucking apple pie, and they hate your goddamn tennis. Like, what, nigga?
Right.
Motherfuckers funding these goddamn tyrants, these colonizers, these Theodore Herzl ass, oh, give me a little bit and I'll take some more tomorrow ass motherfuckers, bro.
Talk about it.
We have funded that shit $118 a second.
It's something insane like
more. That was a statistic from a while back.
Right. What's it today?
How big is fucking Israel, bro? How do you justify that type of fucking, oh, those are policies that were already, you know, agreed upon years ago? No, fuck that. If that shit ain't in the fucking budget and the fucking interest of current American fucking financial climate and policy, that shit need to be revised.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nigga, what do you like? How many bullets you need? Where's this money going? But yet they got all these good idea theories coming from so much money that they don't know what to do with. Now they got governors in Virginia being constitutionally fucking compromised.
Ooh, right. Like, what's up with that dude right now?
What's up with that, bro? Like, come on, bro. It's a conflict of interest that's not accounted for.
Right. And that happened so fast and so smooth. I believe it's in Fredericksburg. Fredericksburg is about to be like the Silicon Valley of Israeli avionics.
I gotta be quiet. I can't talk no more about that. I can't. Like crazy. Crazy you said that. I did on training that.
Gentle reminder, huh?
Fredericksburg, Virginia. That's where I did on my training at.
Okay, so yeah, gentle reminder, brother.
I never knew they was in Fredericksburg. I always knew they was down there fucking around in Virginia with that governor.
Yo,
I didn't know in Fredericksburg, but that made so much fucking sense.
Yo, so just for the audience, I'm gonna repeat that again. Fredericksburg is basically going to be the Silicon Valley of avionics, spearheaded by at least 20 Israeli companies. Okay. And when they come in, and this, we learned about this in 2019. They were coming in because Governor Northam, that son of a bitch, let them in. But the thing is, they're not just going to be doing, like with their avionics, they're going to be fully embedded in the infrastructure and in the futuristic infrastructure. I mean, I'm talking like ship docking, probably with the high-speed railway, with the unmanned aerial vehicle surveillance, drone surveillance. We're talking.
You're not controlling. You are destroying you're destroying sovereignty.
Mm-hmm.
However you want to scale that up or down, from the municipal to the state or to the fucking CCTV of a fucking private enterprise, right. You are destroying sovereignty.
Talk about it. Like,
what are we doing with who are these people?
And now this is just this is a shot in the dark, but look at Ring, the service Ring, right? Now, I personally don't know if they are involved with Israel at all, but I wouldn't be surprised if at some point, don't look at me like that, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point they didn't have at least some Israeli contractors who were able to tap into their. Of course they do. Why would I? Of course they do. Now when I start saying it out loud,
you think a dollar move in this country without these niggas behind it? You think drugs move in this country without these motherfuckers behind it? So we've got to get our hands in every cookie, every pot.
Right. We want to know where those bastards are at every minute of the day. Because you know what I've been thinking about the last couple of days is the Samson option, the actual book, the Samson option.
Right, we talking about it. These niggas in this these motherfuckers in Virginia, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking coerce goddamn governor. They give him carte blanche. Like that's in the best interest of fucking sovereignty. Yeah, it's like fucking like that's like these niggas have had the track record of always attacking or sabotaging or getting their hands caught in some kind of serious conflict of interest that would start a war with this country, and it's always swept under the fucking rug. Look at the USS Liberty. Fucking goddamn all these look at Cameron. Cameron, your eyes tell a different tale, my lord. Your eyes have distracted me. Devil, you.
I'm listening.
I'm watching. I know the Richard in the corner with his legs crossed and shit. Close your eyes, you voyeur.
Just with the light across his eyes, just
or Antonio Banderas and shit. The biggest Mexican I ever seen. It's like he fucking light move with his eyes.
Right.
Like Elvira and shit. Remember that bitch?
You know what I'm saying? I remember her, man, with the tatas.
Yeah.
She was good, man. Real wholesome for, little 10-year-olds on Halloween. Like, no, man, I'm staying in.
Shoulder moving 1,000 miles an hour above Cranbrook.
I want to watch Swamp Thing. But what I was I was saying Ring, right? The more I say it out loud, that's when I realized, okay, they probably got a hand in it. Because I was thinking about the Samson option these last few days in light of current events, right? About the book, the Samson option. Y'all should check it out. I think we did a whole episode on the Samson option, at least a couple. But in that book, they were talking about how back in the 1970s, the U.S. was sharing satellite photos with the British and other allies. They were like grainy ass photos and videos, but you could kind of make out what was going on,
Mm-hmm.
And the videos and the content that the U.S. could actually produce was so far advanced from what we were letting our allies use, because we didn't want them to know obviously exactly what we could do, but Israel had direct access to that shit. So Israel, they were just in there at their leisure, fucking around with our satellites. But then, when I guess they had leaked photos or they had leaked content from them, and when the Allies saw how bad, and when I say bad, how good our satellites actually were, they were mad at us. That's some fuck shit though. On the part of Israel, really, you just gonna let everyone know how ill our stuff really is? You just gonna put that sensitive content out there? I don't even think they got a slap on the wrist.
You know what would be crazy if all these acts of treason, God forbid if we use that word.
Just use it.
These fucking acts of treason cause more people to revisit the writings of Henry Ford and fucking Smelly Butler. That's some good shit to read instead of having kids read transgender porn lit and shit, talking about. I was listening to some fucking shit on Fox News, and just when I was cleaning up earlier, I said, "What the fuck?" These fucking parents went into these fucking city council meetings or whatever the fuck this was. And was reading some fucking shit that these teachers is giving to these fucking kids to read, bro.
Really?
My nigga, bro. I'm reading in parking lots, my guy.
Yo.
Children in these public schools, and it's the shit you letting them listen to, you letting them read, the shit that they were saying in the fucking books, oh yeah, so I needed help with tutoring or some shit, but the bitch was oh yeah, well, girl just needs a big dick. So I'm yo, this is children for this ninth grade shit. What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck? The parents were reading this shit. They're what the fuck would you let kids? Niggas was trying to shut them up, put your mask back on because he has nostrils.
Nah, they don't want to hear what you got to say.
Nigga was enraged. His nose was like this and shit. They said, God damn it, you're gonna give me my 10 seconds. You're gonna give me my 10 seconds. I said, oh shit, this thing was hot.
Right.
Justifiably, bro. But the fact that whose Weimar fucking mindset is this?
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. And it's the irony too is that you talk about the Weimar Republic, those are the type of books that they were burning in the Weimar Republic. All that shit.
Could you imagine our hands on that literature? They was really
my God. Well,
nastiest of nasty.
Yo, dude. You remember, again, ladies and gentlemen, you're just gonna have to go back and look at old episodes and revisit old episodes of On the Wake Up, because we talked about this in depth. You remember we talked about in the Weimar Republic. This is pre-Nazi Germany, how just everything was just fucked up. That was the Babylon of Europe at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And the prostitution in Berlin, you would have mother-daughter tag team prostitution, you would have pregnant women lined up from 9 months to a month. Pick your fancy, gentlemen, and have at it. Pregnant women, you know what I mean? And everything was a go. Everything was a go. They had transgenders back in Weimar Germany in the 1920s and 30s. Okay, so that shit ain't even new today. You remember that movie, The Big Lebowski?
The dude.
We are nihilists. We care about nothing. Those are the Weimar. Those are the Weimar motherfuckers. When I think about German techno, leather and boots, and you know what I'm saying? That's to me, that's the remnants of the Weimar Republic. You know what I'm talking about?
This fucking little slit in your mouth and shit. You walk, this nigga just on his knees. You walk into the club. You got to piss in this motherfucker's face and shit. Keep it moving. What the fuck just happened? That's a human. That's how you get in the mission. You gotta piss in his mouth. Like
was that a transaction? What the fuck did I just witness?
niggas in a fucking cast iron tub in the front of the door and shit.
It's my incisor.
Scat daddy coming right up. Like
Nigga, this is real life, ladies and gentlemen. This was probably about 100 years ago this decade, you know?
or somewhere down on Christopher Street.
Ooh, now you bringing that shit right close to home.
What? How do we hold set of people accountable? Let's say we can like, oh yeah, there's a fire burning there. The house is ablaze. You know what I mean? It's like,
You know, okay, so because there's ways of doing it without, I don't even want to use the word because I don't like that word, but there's ways of doing it without it being looked at as religious cultural bias, okay? I say do it the simple way. First off, audit the Federal Reserve. Start with the central banks in the United States and around the world. And just arrest those unsavory bastards from their decadent nests.
oh, rip them from the decadent nest, you said.
Yeah.
We have too many too many safe measures in play, contingencies, bro. They've written the TTPs and SOPs of these police departments, bro. Like that's why you can have like in a country like you have like these little problems that we have, like over here. Take that shit overseas, the motherfuckers is ripping ATMs out the wall, austerity measures and shit.
Right.
None of that. They go crazy, bro. Like too dumbed down. It's far past gone. After 9/11, it was like, oh, we got these niggas. Niggas ain't questioning this. Is good. We're literally gonna leave big pieces out as a check and balance of mass herd intellect. Those who pass the test as a population. We're gonna not have any debris. You're not gonna have any fucking debris. When we big pieces that we had a fucking country of competence, we would have been pulled from our fuck. We'd have been ripped. It was a real check and balance. It's like real free will. Will you make that dynamic move as a people in whole, or will you be picked off in a cul-de-sac?
Right. Exactly. And a lot of people are choosing to be picked off in the cul-de-sac.
Right.
Point. It's crazy for folks like us to sit here and watch this shit happen, because it's like we've been talking about it, for decades. Like you said, John, like you've been talking about this shit. I've been talking about this. We each know at least 2-3 dozen people who have been talking about this. We personally know dozens of people who have been talking about this for decades, and yet and still the shit still happen. Like we look at our family members, like come on, bro, like family, anybody, like
what baffles me is niggas getting vaccines. Niggas out here getting real vaccines. Like what the fuck? Are you not watching the news? Did you not have some sense of skepticism about yourself as an adult?
Right. See, but that's part of the problem. Because they are watching the news. That is the fucking problem. The people who are watching the news regularly, I'm starting to hear a certain script coming out of them. Like one thing, and I don't know if it's being said directly, but I was talking about it the other day, is people who are opting to get the vaccine. They're saying, well, if I die, I don't want to be the only one alive. I don't want to be the only one alive if everyone else is dead. Like, really? Like, what part of the conversation is that? I've heard that from several different people at this point.
You said if they die, I'm sorry, I had to go get a pillow. You said if they die.
People are saying, when it comes to this, well, I don't want to be the only one to live. What would be the fun in that?
Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck, nigga? Like, I'm out here hearing motherfuckers questioning longevity.
Yeah, they're talking about they don't want to be the only ones to survive. Well,
more land for me.
yo, this is what I'm saying. I Am Legend. That shit, like, it's not that far fetched, you know. But it's like, where are they getting that from? That they think that, or to even say that out of their face like that. I've heard that from several different people. So to me, that's a phenomenon, you know.
That
a couple
is.
times is a coincidence. More than that is a phenomenon. What the fuck is that?
You know what? Like, that's Darwinism right there. Like, all right.
Talk about it.
People with that type of, we didn't have a litmus test.
Talk about it.
Motherfuckers that got these vaccinations, just like the Jesus. Oh, I can't believe you're about to say what you're about to say, John. Nah. Fuck that. You niggas that get this goddamn vaccination, we need to find out who you are. Well, just like the motherfuckers had. I don't know if y'all niggas want to have stars on your coats or whatever the case may be. But we need some type of identifier to know who to stay the fuck away from. Each motherfuckers become sterile. Motherfuckers out here. Shit's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
You know the irony, right?
What?
Is that's what they want for us.
Yeah, I know, right?
That fucking star.
He's an unvaxxer. He's a vaxxer.
Right, an anti-vaxxer. Like, that's such a strong word, anti-vaxxer. Like, I'm standing out there with a fucking picket sign about vaccines. Like, no, nigga, I just, you know what I'm saying? Like Cam's an anti-porker. This nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, he protests pork. Like, nah, I just don't eat it. I don't care for it, is all I'm saying.
I just fucked up 2 pork chops.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But I don't eat it. But, like, am I an anti-porker?
I think your credit card purchases will determine that's the truth. Most certainly, wholeheartedly. I said.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. We just, like, it's easy to come up with these terms and labels for people to be ostracized.
Everybody want to be on the other end. It's like a sense of mass acceptance. Oh, here you are, you crazy, strange thing. You, what are you? We don't know. Let's label you and throw stones at you.
Right. Together.
Yeah, as long as the stones aren't being thrown back at us.
Right. Right. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Niggas start getting creative, start having catapults out there and shit. Like,
brother, I think it's just a matter of time before we have like blood sport games and death sports back. You know, like I really, and you know what made me think this? I think I told you, fucking reality TV. Not like the real world, but like reality TV, like Survivor. Like when you start to see people cry on TV and shit, like oh no, that nigga's really crying, like he's really having an emotional episode, and people had a thirst for that after that. Like oh no, I want to see niggas have emotional breakdowns on TV.
Yeah,
you know, like
go crazy for that shit, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's when I knew. I said okay, it's just a matter of time before finally we are allowed to. There's going to be like a death ball or something. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, two niggas with axes in a ring. Like only one can make it out. Type of shit.
Nah, my shit would be 2 niggas in a fucking 20-foot Connex with the lights out, no night vision, random weapons scattered around the floor. Whole camera inside, you know what I mean, up in the corner. So I'm watching.
Right.
So serious about that, yo. Oh God. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yo.
Play them games with them process.
I think I would do well in something like that.
Why you're not people? That's the thing. I said people don't get tested. Let me talk to you, bro. Like, did I hear you? Light skin nigga. Like, like shamans, nigga, nigga, if you knew Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like you said, weapons, darkness. Like, that's right up my alley.
on the floor, just crowbars, fucking. You got fucking like
Anything.
fucking M3 bayonets on the fucking ground and shit. You got all sorts of shit on the floor, bro. It's just like, yo,
niggas don't know. Like, I will disappear in a shadow in front of a motherfucker. Like, I've done that shit just for playing.
Stop breathing. Just stop breathing, nigga. Just
next thing you know,
shit.
like, you already know, brother. Like standing in front of a motherfucker, like disappear. Like, where'd he go?
I've seen this nigga do that shit. I've seen this nigga do that shit.
You see me do that shit?
I'm like, you quiet feet, nigga. You like a whisper, bro. This nigga move like a queef in the wind. I swear to God, bro. Like, what the fuck is that? Where this nigga go? Out here disappearing like an apparition and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine, like, on some real shit though, like, I know it's a bar conversation, but imagine states. I always thought about this. States like these blue states that don't allow firearms and shit.
Talk about it.
Imagine we just had mass training of hand-to-hand disciplines and martial arts and Bushido bladed weapons technique. Niggas just like, that was just the fucking knowledge of the day. Just like the law of the land. Just like, yo, don't go to New Jersey, nigga. Don't go to Connecticut or whatever. God forbid.
Right.
Like, beat on the subway by an 80-year-old woman. Like, what the fuck?
You know what I'm saying? They know some good Krav Maga in Newark.
In the word, like, what? Imagine like, let's talk that person, that reality to existence. All right, you don't want to give us firearms licenses, nigga. We about to be out here with longbows and compound bows. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll tell you something. I was in the fucking. I was at the cemetery the other day, man. Fuck that. I'll tell you the truth. I don't never lie. I was at the cemetery, my compound boy. I took both of them out there and shit. I had a box of arrows. I lost 4 of them shits. I'm gonna get them shits back when they get weight. When they get because it was 2 parts. I was too goddamn thick. But I lost like two beat up ones and 2 good ones. I was like, fuck, whatever. But yeah, because the arrow, the fucking got there, shit was bent and shit flew sideways.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know, right? I know it went, but I found a nice little spot. Like, people don't hang out in graveyards as often as they fucking should. Like, oh, that's creepy, motherfucker. Like, that's land. That's a lot of land with fucking unique fucking topography and shit.
Right, and think that's the type of place where people actually leave you alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody, like you said, ain't nobody going to the graveyard.
Mm-hmm. And that be type of shit you need to fucking just like skill sets. It's like land of practice. So imagine like doing martial arts or just like doing whatever you need to do unmolested by passerbys. Right. I put my target down, put up my arrows. I'm fucking out there with the compound bow, so I'm getting it in and shit. Like, oh, that was such a fucking, just the fact that it was in a fuck, I ain't had to go get in a truck and go miles away. Like, I ain't got time for this shit. And like niggas don't, they all heebie-jeebie, spooky-booky and shit about the goddamn paranormal. Let me encourage this shit. Mm-hmm. It's like the way the shit grew is like a forest of the dead, bro. Like, I'm like, yo, this shit look crazy in here.
Right, but that's the thing. You got to think that all those people somehow, their energies impact the way that something like that grows. You know?
Mm-hmm. And I walked in there in the gate and shit, and that fuck was like they only groom one part of it, I guess. Oh, like the rest of this shit is like a fucking forest, bro. And I'm like, yo, you don't want to fucking get goofy. Like, you want to get goofy somewhere, you need to fucking look out your local graveyards, bro. Like, imagine, like, it's potential. Anyway, who talking about graveyard? Crazy, man. Anyway, we're talking about Kazarians and inequality in our urban lives.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah. We're talking about consequences. Then we went off on a tangent.
All right, we're going to come back to them in a minute.
Yeah. I just wanted to stay accountable. You know, man, I can stay all day in the
You know what? So last week, we talked about the Colonial Pipeline, right? You know, we talked about y'all get your gas, get your food quietly, all that good stuff. And look what happened now. fucking situation. It's a shit show in some of these states where, gas stations are out of gas lines, people fighting, people hoarding gas, people putting gasoline in plastic bags, which I think is a genius move. That is like A1 genius type shit right there.
Like a fuel bladder. I ain't gonna lie. The night I did that shit, the night we had that talk last radio station, I can't talk. Next Monday morning, I was moving the car. A 10-10 wind said that shit. National fuel, truck, fueled that bitch up. Fueled up fucking 2 15-gallon goddamn tanks I got. Chained bitches to the back of my vehicle. You ain't getting shit away from me.
Right. Now, did you put it in plastic bags?
Nah, nigga, because I bought some fucking tanks that you can't buy in this country when I was in Afghanistan. And them shits, or some you saw them shits. You saw them shits.
Right. Like, why don't they let us get good shit like that in this country? I feel a way. It's like they don't. Like,
my man Mike put me on them shits.
Huh?
My man Mike put me, the one I got the property with.
Yeah. Yo, I would buy a vehicle just to have gas cans like that. How about that? 15 gallons, you said?
Yeah, 15 gallons. It's just like. I ain't telling secrets and shit, but I'm just like, that's like contingencies. You gotta move on and shit. Otherwise, you be looking like a fool on somebody's fucking camera somewhere at some gas station.
Right.
Exposed, acting out your character. Like
50-gallon drums, half a dozen 50-gallon drums on the back of a truck with gasoline in them. Like, what could go wrong? What could go wrong?
You know what? The pressure washer tanks with the fucking cage around them that you see. You know what I mean? The plastic jump offs and shit. You see fuckers be pulling. Get a couple of them motherfuckers, bro. Run out. That'd be crazy, too. Your truck be slow as hell. Axel be like, please take it easy. Please.
Right.
I think aviation fuel, was it 6 gallons? So was it? The avgas is 6.7 gallons. Yeah, 6.7 gallons, 6.7 pounds a gallon. That's a lot of weight. Fuel and shit, you know what I mean? I'm talking about aviation fuel, my bad.
Right.
John, where are we?
Babylon.
Clearly.
Fucking Babylon. That's where we're at.
Let me say, fucking.
Ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies, brother.
Let me say, fucking, I wanna be world.
Oh, yo, oh my gosh, yo, did you hear about Rudy Giuliani getting raided by the feds?
What?
Yo, Rudy Giuliani got raided by the feds. They were at niggas' door at like 6 a.m. a couple weeks ago.
Oh no, what happened? Oh
Yeah,
no, he said they didn't want his fucking. They didn't want what's the name's laptop?
Yeah, they wanted all his electrical devices, his computers, laptops, all that shit. But he was like, "Oh yeah, I have Hunter Biden's a hard drive." They're like, "No, we don't want that shit."
Yeah, I remember that. He said that shit. I saw that. I was like, "Yeah, that's great."
Yo, now let me tell you, brother, because I could give a fuck or a fuck less about Rudy Giuliani, honestly, and I think it's ironic that Mr. Stop and Frisk himself, mayor of New York City, so willing to violate the Fourth Amendment, got his shit raided by the feds. At the same time, I don't think it's a good thing either. I think it's funny a little bit and ironic. But I don't think it's a good thing, because if he could get raided by the feds, it's open season on anybody in this motherfucker. I don't care what your political affiliation is. Because you know what I'm saying? Because he's one of those people. Again, he was for the stop and frisk. He was for the blatant violation of our rights in these New York City streets. He didn't give a fuck about us over here. He reigned over Amadou Diallo when he got shot 41 times. You know what I'm saying? He reigned over Abner Louima when he got the plunger handle shoved up his rectum. You know what I'm saying? NYPD, all that greasy type of shit. Rudy Giuliani was the mayor when all that happened.
But why? But real quick, even when I like going back to when I used to go to the Blacks and Wax Museum when I was a little kid and shit.
Talk about it.
You see testicles and penises and fucking jars and shit. Like, why was that always they kink? They go finagle the fucking genitals of men hanging from trees and whatnot in front of their families like we were fucking truth. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what baffles me. Like nobody takes it. I mean, still to this day, you doing the buck breaking shit back in the day. Mm-hmm. Back with the Amadou Diallo shit with the plunger. Like, the fuck was that about, bro?
Right, with Abner Louima, right.
Abner Louima, my bad. I'm just putting words like all these fucking vowels and shit. I'm saying, like, my brother, that's a power, but we should not know these men's names because of these circumstances that they had to succumb to.
Right.
Just trying to fucking live their lives.
Mm-hmm.
That was perversions. You see what I'm saying? Like, why is it like,
Right, exactly. And so you have these people who are in these positions to basically act out their perversions while they're in those positions of power, you know, with no accountability whatsoever. And what people think is going to get better. You know, like what happens when you got these fucking FEMA camps and these fusion centers opened up with these TSA type security guarding them?
Military fucking internment center specialist MOS 31 Echo.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Shit like that. Yeah, internment center specialist. That was the last time I seen that shit. I said, oh no.
Right. The position, right?
Yeah, I was like, nah. And they fucking just like Cameron.
Yes, sir.
Did you know this man left her woman? That sounds ridiculous. Melinda.
This man left. Go on.
Yeah, it's out of backwards as hell. Melinda Gates trashes Bill Gates over ties to Jeffrey Epstein. And the Gates met with convicted she met with him too, alongside her husband. And soon
she went there too?
Yeah, apparently. Melinda Gates met with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein alongside her husband Bill in New York and City, and soon after she said was furious at the relationship between the two men, according. Oh, so she I thought it was that he only went by himself.
So she's saying that the two of them had a bromance, is what she's saying.
Yeah, but she had to be privy witness to whatever the fuck turned her fucking stomach.
She said, Bill, I don't like this guy.
I was just one night. Come on. I fucking come back with glitter on his fucking sweaters.
Got that shit just pressed across his face, like his mouth, just like one of those little kids in Mad Max.
It's disgusting. Just like glitter and shit. Like, who are you with, Bill? Like the fuck?
Nobody, Melinda. What are you talking about? You don't be preposterous.
Fucking nasty. Fucking billionaires.
You know what I'm saying? He got leotard sparkles just carting his little facial stubble and shit.
Leotard sparkles.
Yeah, you know how they get down.
No, I do not. I do not.
I mean, you know, we read the papers and shit. Let me be very clear. Let me be clear, okay? We all heard how they get down.
It's like fucking unsavory lot.
Disgusting.
What else we got up here?
Fucking Jeff Epstein and them.
This was crypto pipeline hackers and crypto ransom hours at the Colonial Pipeline. Are they paid them? They paid them. They paid them the money.
Oh, so is the pipeline back online?
Colonial Pipeline paid hackers $5 million in crypto ransom hours after attack. Of course, the FBI has requested companies and local and state governments not to pay ransom upon attack because there's no guarantee hackers will unlock files. Furthermore, it will only incentivize more attacks. So we only imagine what nuclear power plants will be held for ransom next.
Wow, just give them ideas. Like, oh, we weren't thinking about that. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, right. Like
Fucking
any of mistakes.
I feel like the media, they sometimes, I feel like they be giving them ideas sometimes.
Like predictive programming. Let's let you get ready right now. If you're smart, you got your Geiger counters ready. You got your mop gear ready. You got your fucking iodine tablets ready, huh?
Right. Like, huh? Wait, what did they say?
Iodine, gonna save your life.
The fuck is this?
Well, anyway.
Damn it. No. Fuck you. Not you. I'm trying to go to this website and it's what? Yeah, because I got pop-up blockers on my shit.
Government and businesses should leverage power to force Americans to take COVID shot. You see these niggas over here trying to bribe motherfuckers, trying to eat a free hamburger and French fries.
Right, like a Burger King burger.
What? So you telling me this burger? I'm eating these delicious fries, and you're telling me there's this burger thing is added into the equation or something? I'm gonna say, what the fuck are you talking, nigga? It's a hamburger and French fry. What the fuck are you insulting people's intelligence?
Yo,
It's a nigga experimental vaccination over a fucking like what? First it was fucking a Metro Pass last week.
Right.
You getting a burger?
Like you can't even. All you're gonna get from that is a bad stomach. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get the shits.
You get a magnetic arm. You're gonna be, you and 80 of your friends are gonna be the talk of the party. If y'all live long enough, God,
right?
I'm gonna say it like that. I'm like, fuck.
Yo, I've been listening to people like Dr. Tenpenny and Dr. Larry and Dr. Madej, a lot of people, a lot of these doctors, Dr. Stephen Baker, they're coming out and they're talking about this stuff, like going in depth about, you know, this shot. Because one thing we got to stop calling it a vaccine, because it's not a vaccine, like even according to the definition of that, it's a shot, you know, at the most. And they're like the numbers they're giving, they're saying that a lot of these people may not be here in a decade. You know, in 10 years, 10 years, they may not hear. There's some people that are even given less time because we don't know what's going to happen when these people are exposed to some shit in a few months from now.
Right now, you know exactly. Not to cut you off, but I'm cutting you off. You know exactly what's going to happen. With all we have been in the house for over a year and some change. They have been still building these Gwen towers and putting more and more fucking 5G fucking blocks on apartment buildings and shit. Coincidentally, you know what I mean? Now you got some magnetic shit in your arm. Right. You niggas ain't watched enough movies.
Right. Yo.
We gonna be like I Am Legend out this motherfucker. We gonna be walking in the middle of the street. The niggas that ain't got vaccinated, like, yo.
Casually.
Yo, you fucking? You single? Yeah. What's up? Like, come on, let's walk in the middle of the street. Like, right. Stop it. Like, the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Where are we living in? Like, no approach to logic.
Yo, it's a crazy reality. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be some Mad Max shit. It's gonna be us unvaccinated people against whatever monstrosity machinery is left over. Fucking Terminator machines. You know what I mean? Like full spectrum dominance. It's gonna be us against those motherfuckers in the next 5 to 7 years.
I'm about to buy stock in Boston Dynamic while I'm into this. You know what I mean? I just forgot about this shit. Yeah. Boston Dynamic stock price right now. Hold on. New York PD got fucking dogs out here, little sentry dogs testing them out.
Oh, you see that? Oh my gosh, the DARPA dogs. Like,
not even Boston Dynamic. Boston Dynamic.
The fact that they have unleashed those on the streets now,
stock prices.
And I wonder what the charge is for assaulting one of those little robot dogs. Because right now they have, at least the one that I saw, he had a remote control. Someone had a remote control. What happens when those things are autonomous, walking the streets at their leisure, and they only go back home to recharge?
What happened when motherfuckers get hacked by some bored motherfuckers sitting on a goddamn stoop or the bus stop that got the mindset to do that with a fucking laptop or a fucking phone?
Right. Or a phone, right. Just keep it real.
Android. Start beating up pedestrians and some shit like that because you done hacked the fucking robot and you can't turn it off. Like, you're just killing cops.
Right.
And it's
gosh. You remember when, we did a show about that? You remember when we talked about these autonomous robots, these killbots, and immediately the motherfucker started spinning around on its turret or something like that, spinning around. It did some shit that the programmers did not expect. That's all I remember. We talked about that shit like 3 years ago.
Bro, these motherfuckers. I'm trying to look for Boston Dynamics. Fucking stock BSX. Like 200 fucking anyway. I'm about to buy some of their stocks before they fucking go up. So they're gonna be running the world anyway. Might as well get on the board.
Right.
A little financial incentive along with this tyranny that you're about to deliver. Shit. Why not?
Yep.
It's just like, fucking come on, bro. Like, hold on. Let me read this real quick. He called for U.S. government and businesses to leverage their massive power against American people to force them into taking the COVID-19 vaccinations. On CNN Saturday show, Smirkonish, host Michael Smirkonish, what the fuck kind of name is that? Smirkonish resident. You fucking lamented that too many Americans are skeptical of the experimental vaccine, so a bigger carrot, quote, close quote, or a quote, bigger stick should be used by the American government to make them take the shot. 26% of Americans said that they will not get the vaccine among Republicans, and that number is 44%. That's scary, Smirkonish said, close quote. Those folks jeopardize our ability to get to herd immunity faster, close quote.
This motherfucker. Where to start? Go ahead.
Warned the COVID pandemic. I can't keep talking like that. This nigga look like he tall like that. I hit him in his chest. Fucking would last years unless everybody is unvaccinated and periodically boosted. Close quote. Periodically boosted. What are we, a fucking server? We some software now, my guy?
Right.
If we don't get vaccinated and periodically boosted, we could prolong the pandemic and find ourselves continuing to fight this battle for years when we have the medical innovation to get back to living our normal lives in a matter of months, close quote, he said. Smirkonish then quoted from an article from his own website pondering whether a bigger carrot or a bigger stick should be used to force the people to take the shot. Only to your patronage to our stores be kept the control. Is it only your patronage to our stores what keeps this beacon of truth? Oh, that's just fucking advert. But without disregard that. But without a better carrot or a bigger stick, many Americans won't get vaccinated until we will suffer more death and dislocation. That's very specific. Dislocation.
Right.
Who's moving?
Right. What's he talking about? Dislocation. To where?
But without a better carrot or a bigger stick, many Americans won't get vaccinated and we will suffer more death and dislocation.
And the fact that this dude would talk so casually about a bigger stick.
Oh, I'm sending this to you on the fucking on the screen so you can see.
Like, what is you know, we know what they're talking about.
You know what the fuck that mean. Get out those fucking, that lot order, those M14s and those M16s. Oh, I won't be able.
Oh, right. What you talking about, that big purchase order?
Yeah, but I could do an M14 right now. M14 DMR, like a white feather. Some Carlos Hathcock shit with a 7.62 by 51. Put that bitch with a little pole scoop. I'll let some shit ring. I'll let some steel ring, bro. Subsonic illumination too. Put a low power charge. You won't even hear that shit, bro. Put a can in that motherfucker through. Anyway,
yeah, my man had a whole moment right there.
Yeah, my man. I'm just like, cause I was like, last time I had me a. And I put that in. So I was in Kabul, in Camp TZ, Kabul military range. I was shooting. I was sitting there. I think that's on my Instagram and shit. I was sitting there with my contractor days. I love an M14, bro. That's what they had in Vietnam and shit. That was before the M16.
Okay.
So that's the weapon. That's a man's weapon, bro. With stock, nigga. Anyway, Smirkonish then suggested that the government and corporations need to force the public into taking the vaccine by restricting essential travel, public venues to people without the shot. Quote, if you don't wait, let me make this. I want to hit this nigga in the chest if I catch this man, bro. What do you say? What the fuck I just do? I just made this shit goofy. There you go. All right, here we go. If you want to convince the unvaccinated to do their part, it is the best approach to show them that those who have had their shots are still wearing masks, or would displays of our foregone freedoms in a pre-COVID world be more effective messaging. That's the carrot, Smirkonish said. Let me read that again.
Read it again.
Yeah. If you want to convince the unvaccinated to do their part, is the best approach to show them that those who've had their shots are still wearing their masks, or would displays of our foregone freedoms in a pre-COVID world be more effective messaging? That's the carrot, Smirkonish said. Quote, but if this sort of encouragement fails, there's also stick, close quote. He continued, quote, which would be wielded by the government and private sector. Businesses have particular leverage where they can require employees to get vaccinations and restrict public access to private spaces like airlines, mass transit, and sporting and cultural venues, restaurants, and movie theaters. The Great Reset isn't coming; it's here.
Who said that? Wait, he said the Great Reset. Is that a quote?
Nigga, that's you got them. I just sent you the link. You see that shit?
Let me see. Yo,
didn't it say Israeli lawyer issues desperate warning? Where a woman named Gal warns that the state of Israel isn't open as a freewheeling, as an international audience is led to believe. I can't click that because it's a video. You know what's going to happen.
Right. The Great Reset isn't coming. It's here. What the fuck?
Nigga, these type of people, like, all right, I'm the boogeyman. Look at this motherfucker. Wouldn't last 4 seconds in a fist fight with a fucking 4-year-old in a dark alley.
No.
He said, what are you talking about, John Hoffman? I'll fuck you up. I fucked up a few 4-year-olds. I'm like, oh.
I fucked up plenty 4-year-olds in my day. Whoa, okay, Smirky, my bad.
We're their parents, by the way.
Right.
How old is you, my nigga?
It doesn't matter. I paid for them. He said it. Wayfair.
Get this 40-foot dumpster full of fucking empty cabinets out of my yard. Yo, where is Wayfair in that investigation? Was there ever any fucking thing?
No, of course not. Yo, you know, so because you touched on it a few times too, the whole thing with the evergreen, right?
Oh yeah,
I didn't.
my bad. We went back and forth with that goofy shit.
Yeah, right, because it was the evergreen boxes on the ship, but the ship was called what? Ever
Given.
Ever Given, right? It was called Ever Given, but apparently, so this is I was listening to Deborah Tavares earlier today or yesterday. She was talking about how the authorities had to go through all those boxes. They were finding people, they were finding weapons that were supposed to be brought through the Suez Canal, like weapons of mass destruction to possibly foment the war, between Israel and whomever else. And she went into depth, about these adrenochrome harvesting companies. She actually named a company who deals with the harvesting of adrenochrome and the sale of adrenochrome, and down to the blood type, and like B- blood or something like that is like one of the lower ends of the spectrum as far as the kind that they want, and even that is $300,000 per order.
Well, I gotta be positive, so nothing you'll see here.
Be positive. That's a delicious formula right there. If I ever seen one.
Yeah, you can come find out, and you can bleed for it.
So where'd they go? We haven't heard back from them in an hour. Something must be wrong.
Bro, look, I got a whole fucking situation. Let some shit happen, bro. Bring a crew. Type shit, like goofy by day.
Right. Come over there like your neighbors didn't hear this shit. You're like,
my neighbors do enough. My neighbors know better. My neighbors know, hey, that nigga, that's a Marine. He go through his own shit. They hear yelling.
Like, well, I saw 6 guys go in there, but they never came out.
Or kicking and shit. Cat still in the house, like
right, chilling.
Quiet as hell. Ain't no excitement down here.
Right.
Like, he talks to himself all the time. I ain't think nothing of it. I've been getting ready for years, prepping. Now, like, you always got voices going on. Like, find out what they drive and take their keys and shit, walk up and down the block.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, there you go. Oh, shit. Pop that trunk.
Fucking Mercedes van blacked out.
Right.
Open the doors and shit. Oh my God, Cameron. Oh my God. I'm calling the girl. I got body armor now. I got fucking DevTech, fucking bulletproof mask.
We got armor.
You man, listen, bro. Come up. You could be, how could you really, let's say somebody found themselves in a situation like that. I mean, just like, would you be wrong to fucking liquidate their fucking assets? Dispose of fucking bodies.
Right, like they were trying to take you out of this earth, off this earth. That's the least you could do. Liquidate their assets.
Just kind human being.
You know what I'm saying?
But back to this nigga. With this motherfucking do it or die type of
conish.
Sierra Mike Echo Romeo Charlie Oscar November India Sierra Hotel Smirconish.
I've heard his punk ass name over the years too.
It sound like he look like a whole fucking bald cuck. Like, we're going to fucking Montego Bay.
Right.
Like, shit. Like, my wife's excited. I bet.
Right. He's the type of motherfucker to take your guns and have a fully armed security detail.
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
At a restaurant.
You missed it. I was listening to fucking Fox. Hannity was interviewing fucking de Blasio, I think it was.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
What's he talking about?
Priceless, bro. This nigga was asking him, "Who's the mayor? Which one's the mayor? De Blasio, right?
De Blasio.
Yeah, he was in his ass. Fucking, he was like, you know what? Fucking, you think everyone in this living in this country, in this city, should be entitled to health care, free health care? I think everyone should be entitled to free health care. Right. Kept going on with that shit. Asked him a couple more times. This nigga hit him with the common sense okie doke question. So you think every person in this, what do you think about people being able to defend themselves? You walk around with armed security and to here and there. That nigga hit him with that. Nigga said, I heard nigga had the long jaw, bro. This shit was delicious to watch.
Oh,
delicious to watch. Hannity, fucking and de Blasio, bro. That nigga hit him with the you're just. He said, no, answer the question.
Right. Answer the question. You can't, it's funny because I was over the weekend, yesterday, I was seeing all these mayoral candidates around. I kept running, but these motherfuckers kept running in front of me, you know what I'm saying? Just crossing my path. And I was like, am I going to talk to these people? I'm not going to talk to these people. I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say to them because I already know where their politics lie, you know? Like, New York should be one of those cities. I mean, any city. We're in America. So we should have fucking constitutional carry out here. Permitless carry. You know what I'm saying? Get your little background check, whatever, when you purchase your firearm, but then you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it ain't much to do with FBI. Those are FBI background checks. I guess people don't know that. And I'm pretty sure it's like that in every state. If it's not, then someone could tell me. I'm pretty sure it's just about the length of time. In certain states, they can just run your background check right then and there, and you could walk out with your firearm. In other states, they make you wait a certain amount of days. Some states it's 10 days. Some states it's 1 day. You know, some states it's 30 days.
You know what? I say certain criminals should be able to have fucking firearms that have not compromised their moral compass as far as like sex offenders or like drug dealers and shit. Like, I'm sorry, like if you ain't fucking touched kids and no shit like that, but like you got niggas in jail for silly shit, goofy shit, pocket ticket. Now you can't vote. Now you can't do anything.
Right.
All that, those types of things. Like, if you ain't out of your way, an asshole, if you know how to wipe your ass right and wrong, yeah, you should be able to be competently able to carry a firearm because you could be in a position turning a corner to save a fucking child from getting kidnapped.
Right.
Can't wait for a cop every 5 fucking seconds. You can GTA like it's a fucking cheat code. Like, jump out my pocket. Fucking 177th precinct, I choose you. And jump out like Pokemon and shit.
Right. You crazy. You said like Pokemon.
Like the fuck world niggas is living in.
Yo, bro. Perfect example. You see that there was a shootout in Times Square a couple days ago.
Yo, going back to the 70s, yo, this is sexy.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, Times Square is definitely one of the most heavily monitored, patrolled, CCTV'd areas in this country, without a doubt. It's got to be. And yet and still, these Negroes had a shootout in Times Square, and this motherfucker made it all the way to Florida. All the way to Florida.
You want him in Florida?
They called him in Florida with the clean cut. Clean, like. If you didn't know niggas, you'd think it was a different one type of clean.
Yeah.
Yo, he made it out of the state. Now, from what I understand, he only got caught because they ran out of gas or some shit like that. Like, this dude actually made it out of the city. You know, so all that to say, Like, again, this 42nd, that's the most patrolled area. There's mad cops there all over the place for no reason. And this was the middle of the day. This wasn't like at nighttime or in the wee hours. This was like midday type of shit. Like,
Who was it over though?
some bullshit, nigga shit. It was some. I think they were two friends that had a shootout with each other. I think it was that real. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like the mindset of most of these New York niggas, bro. Like, like I've been in the mix of some of that, a lot of that shit. Like just to listen to these niggas talk. Like these are your age is a problem with your dialogue. Like, this shit don't correlate, bro. It's like a fucking Orwell double good newspeak situation, bro. You know what I mean? Like that is. It's like the dumbing down of society with these motherfuckers. Most of them, majority of them. And it's like
adults.
Behavior, adults. But young men too. They like, yo, it's like, but it's like the no checks and balances. The only thing you can direct this to the decline of intelligence and intellect in the urban demographic is solely responsible for the lack of checks and balances in this fucking music produced by these fucking Khazarians.
Yo, I'm telling you, because it's so fun. I'm glad you said that too, because
fuck it. Like that's a lot of energy and there's a lot of minds that we could have back for a better cause to be like purpose.
Because as we're evolving, as lyricism evolves, so does the thought in the minds that come up with those lyrics, you know? And it's like the what do you call it, 200 monkeys thing. Like once enough people hear that, then we all start to evolve. Every time you hear some powerful, you know what I'm saying? Every time you hear some powerful dialogue or like especially with the lyricism, it unlocks stuff in people. And if enough people get unlocked at a time, then we all evolve a little bit more. We all think a little bit differently, you know? And so what they're doing, just what you're saying with the music, like they're dumbing us down. Like, oh no, these niggas are evolving too fast. Like, bring them down, bring them lower. You know, I was listening to a song the other day, and you know, my people got on me for talking shit. But like these niggas, it was this song with these two young men rap singing or some shit on it, and like he talking about like. What was he say? I think it was a song about raw sex or something like that. Straight up song was about raw sex.
Two niggas talking about raw sex? What the fuck?
What'd you say?
You said two niggas talking about raw sex. Think about
that is what I said. It ain't like some Jodeci where you're romancing, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like two niggas talking about raw sex. Like he got the verse and then he got the verse. They talking about coming on the sheets, you know what I'm saying? Like nigga, like what? Like for like describing, like yes, like I'm sure, and I'm just not up on what's going on. Like I'm sure somebody knows what song I'm talking about. This is like some shit I heard on the radio. Like I ain't even searched for this shit. This shit popped up on like. And they're talking about when I pull out, I'm gonna come on the sheet, some shit like that. I was like, yo, did he really just say that shit? Like on the radio? On the radio.
You see what I mean? And now you wonder why you got motherfuckers out here offering up their whole families like Sodom and Gomorrah on every goddamn cam service situation. Like it's just a fucking sad, bro. And I just observe like the behavior of human beings that I come back from overseas. It's like if I ain't go overseas, if I ain't go to the Marines and shit, like I'd have fucking probably have met some dummy here. You know what I mean? I'd have met somebody, I'd have been bickering back and forth about baby mama drama. Somebody would have fucking tricked me into fucking being involved in their vested endeavors.
Procreating.
Yeah. But like now that I come back and I've missed that whole human dynamic of pair bonding, to observe what the fuck I'm left to select from. It's fucking sad, bro.
Shit is scary, yo.
Horrifying. It's like, yo, I'm gonna meet a bitch after the attrition of post-apocalyptic America. Like, who survives? Like, I suck your dick for MRE. Sitting back and shit, drinking a Capri Sun, like, word.
I got a couple of those.
You think though? Yeah, like hop on. Type of shit. You thirsty, baby? Can't barely hear you talk.
Right.
Creasing in the mouth. Like, oh yeah, I like that tenacity.
Right. Keep that up.
Creasing on my dick, like get busy, bitch. Thursday in the desert, like, like kind of whirlwind breeding. Is that the fuck I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I wonder if that could be the dynamic of how I am left to produce and procreate with. I want to be the bitch on my level. Like,
yo, I'm telling you, like with like over the years, over the last, decade and change. Like, if I wasn't like dealing with one shorty, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just straight celibate. I couldn't be out here just slinging dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. Like, yo, energy is real. Energy is real, and throwing that, sexual energy around, like, to me, is never just a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good.
It's a bond. It's like, you, not to cut you off, but it's like people don't understand that shit, bro. Like, you know what? No matter what, I know how to solicit a specific reaction out your circulatory system, bitch. Simmer down, for you know what I mean. It's like it's a humbling of spirit of energy, but people, they throw it around as a way of being narcissistic or being just like quid pro quo. Oh, just compromise, just make my lifestyle more comfortable and or whatever. I'll trade this for that. Like, it's like fucking you bastardized what it's meant to be. And it's like, nigga, I'd rather beat off, keep it 100, fuck out of here.
Like, yo, when women have orgasms, they secrete the love hormone. They become chemically in love with the person that made them come. You know what I'm saying? And dudes, like most, I'm sure dudes know that on some level. You know what I'm saying? But that shit is nothing to play with. These women out here throwing it around, like, watch where you throwing it. And dudes that are out here breaking off shorties, like dudes that are making multiple women come, like, you gotta watch that shit too. You know what I mean? Unless they're on some like King Solomon, like everybody knows their role type of shit. Like, it's just nothing to be played with in the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's nothing to be played with.
It's not, bro. People, that's why we have this world where it is Weimar mindset, bro. Because we allow these people influence over a media that has a delta bottlenecked effect. But no one stops and dares question the responsibility of being adults. And you know what I mean? Checks this shit. Because otherwise you're anti, you know who.
Anti-Khazarian.
You say it so spicily. No, it's anti-Semitic.
Ooh, he said the word.
But dare they be anti-Kemetic?
Ooh, touche.
In their endeavors and how they waste their resources and finance would obviously imply that they are anti-Kemetic, Come on. Now let's be adults and push the envelope to the table. Everything these motherfuckers are doing are not for the best interests of God's chosen people.
Right.
But I'm not going to beat that bush.
Nope. Because, you see what's going on in Israel right now. And this is shit like we've been talking about them. So I know for me, it's tough for me to get on this bandwagon. Like, they've been committing human rights violations for a long time. This ain't no new shit. You just have a whole new wave of people. I guess there's just a wave of people who haven't seen this violence, who weren't aware that this type of violence was going on the part of Israel.
So do you think that this is going to be a World War Z predictive programming scene? Oh, they got the walls up right in time, like they knew. When the world says enough of these motherfuckers, let's say there's no zombies involved. I'm talking about just the fact of the isolation of mindset that they have. Dual citizenship passport holders have a dual citizenship passport for what reason? So when you run this in the ground, you go run over there.
Yep, so they can flee back home. You already know. and they will sacrifice their own too. There's a video I saw online, with all these attacks, these skirmishes that are going on in Israel and in Palestine right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in this video, you had in these videos, you had Israelis. They were over there ripping their shirts. Say that they were ripping their own shirts to say that they were attacked. And when they saw the camera, they said, no, 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 no. I can't fucking make this up. I have this video, yo. I have this fucking video.
Yeah, you gotta show me that shit, yo.
I gotta find it.
Yeah, like this is old or this is like recent?
No, this is like from a few days ago. So when they say they were attacked in the streets, like it's a whole bunch of lies and bullshit. It's just lies and bullshit. Like we
have cameras that the video with. Now they're gonna see. I think this is gonna cause the world. It's gonna be a catalyst. This is a catalyst. These people are being exterminated. These are the last tribal. This is the last tribal colonization. Granted, they already came over here, did what the fuck they did to my people. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like fucking now we're witnessing it. Ain't no fucking 1800s Pony Express. Get this to the post. Tell them what's happened. None of that shit. Nigga, this is on the ground. There's colonization, genocide on the ground.
Right.
Fuck by your compliance in your tax dollars.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you wonder why people hate United States. Oh, you fucking hate your way of life. Or no, you Greater Jerusalem expansion. Like, you think it's something great, like the protocols of learned elders of Zion or whatever the fuck. Read that shit. Like, it's too much to question. It's too much to question.
Yeah.
We're loons if we say anymore.
Right.
We're loons.
This thing, yo, I believe, I hope I'm wrong, but it's like perfect opportunity for a Samson option type of deal, because like you said, the world is looking on and seeing how unsavory they are. And what a time it would be for them to just throw up a whole bunch of nukes. Like, fuck it. If we got to go, y'all got to go. All of y'all got to come with us. So that's what the Samson option's about, folks. It's about this idea that if Israel is finally cornered, that they'll just throw up a whole bunch of nukes and take us all with them.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what COVID is.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, now you talking that shit.
Yeah, shit. You got these niggas spraying this shit on handles and shit. Oh, it's gonna get violent. Violence getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
Too much fucking like who is to gain financially? Heads or tails? Who is to gain financially?
Definitely the pharmaceuticals, right?
Where does that money rest? Where does that money rest? Nigga, he's about to start singing. He's saying, okay. Oh no. Okay.
It's funny because I was listening to this report. I can't remember the outlet that put it out, but big up to them because it kind of brought me down. I didn't even go down the rabbit hole yet, but this is from just a few days ago. So I haven't looked into this yet, but Rand Paul urges Fauci to abandon gain-of-function research, citing possible COVID lab leak. You caught wind of this?
Oh, yeah, I saw that shit. He ate that nigga ass paws, bro.
This is from...
It's crazy. Not. But ain't no way in hell you can't deny that shit. It's right there in black and white. Like,
Right. This from May 11th. And for folks who may not know, gain of function study, that's basically when they make pathogens more transmissible, more contagious, in order to understand how they would become pandemics. So there was a lot of gain of function studies going on up until about 2014, 2015. And just coincidentally, the bat coronavirus, a coronavirus from the horseshoe bat, SHC014 specifically, was one of those in the gain of function study. And they try to say that this one, that COVID, isn't the SHC014, but it does exactly what that one was supposed to do, down to the spike protein.
sounds like we need to have an audit, Cameron.
Big time. Let me just read part of this article too.
Please.
It says Senator Rand Paul excoriated Dr. Anthony Fauci during a Tuesday hearing for continuing to defend gain-of-function research on deadly viruses, despite the possibility that the novel coronavirus leaked from a laboratory that was performing such research in Wuhan, China. Okay, this is from Yahoo News.
Mm-hmm.
Paul asked Dr. Fauci if he still supports National Institutes of Health funding for the Wuhan Institute of Virology, where scientists performed gain-of-function research, i.e. making viruses more infectious and or deadly on bat coronaviruses. So this was something that they were doing. He didn't say, does the NIH fund Wuhan Institute of Virology? He says, do they still support National Institutes health funding for the Wuhan Institute of Virology? Okay, Senator Rand Paul. The EcoHealth Alliance diverted $600,000 in grants from the NIH to the WIV in the form of sub-grants from 2014, right, through 2019 for the purpose of studying bat coronaviruses. Okay, so this shit is on record, ladies and gentlemen. Quote, for years, Dr. Ralph Barrick, a virologist in the U.S., has been collaborating with Dr. Shi Zhengli from the Wuhan Virology Institute, sharing his discoveries about how to create superviruses. End quote. God damn, Paul said. Quote, this gain-of-function research has been funded by the NIH. Dr. Fauci, do you still support funding of the NIH lab in Wuhan? End quote. Quote, Senator Paul, with all due respect, you are entirely and completely incorrect, Dr. Fauci said. The NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research in the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Dr. Fauci, do you still support NIH funding of the lab in Wuhan? Dr. Fauci, Senator Paul, with all due respect, you are entirely and completely incorrect. The U.S. government has assessed that the WIV was conducting gain-of-function research in some form, reporter Josh Rogan noted in Politico in March. Jamie Metzl, an expert on gene editing for the World Health Organization, has also noted that the WIV performed gain-of-function research. Okay, so Wuhan Institute of Virology has been doing gain-of-function research, okay? When Paul asked if Dr. Fauci still backed funding from NIH going to the WIV in previous years, Dr. Fauci responded that it would have been irresponsible not to investigate bat viruses in China after the advent of SARS in 2002. Okay?
I had a question. Why are they fucking always... That's my reason right here. It's just like... I can't stop to question, why do we grant money to motherfuckers creating super viruses? What does it benefit the it should be like, why are we not like, how is there no one trying to fucking prolong goddamn human longevity? How is there no one trying to make fucking some kind of fucking subdermal body armor So we could be impervious to fucking, you know what I mean? How come there's no one trying to make fucking superhumans and shit? You know what I mean? Like how is there no one trying to make superhumans? And like, but yet we paying niggas, funding niggas, giving grants and for viruses. What the fuck? Like how is this going on for so long and not been checked? Like it's a logical question.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
The fuck are we doing?
Right.
What the fuck are we doing?
So, right. Peep this. It says at least one study conducted at the WIV involving recombination of SARS-related coronaviruses from bats cites the NIH as a source of funding. Richard E. Bright, Board of Governors Professor of Chemistry and Chemical Biology at Rutgers University, noted on Twitter.
Oh, that's right down the block, literally 2 blocks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think you're right, bro. Because those questions are too easy, you know. And once we start to ask them, we realize what type of people that we're actually dealing with. People who don't care in the least bit about humanity and longevity of humanity.
So how about we have a liquidation of said individuals with these shared moral compasses? You know what I mean? Like across the board. Imagine we start identifying people in their titles and their positions with the problems that they bring, and we have a fucking cleansing.
Right. And this goes back to, you know, what we always talk about is these ideas are great, but who would actually be the one to enforce it? Like, these ideas are nothing without the ability to enforce it. And the ones who we would want to enforce it, they're in, you know, intelligence and law enforcement, federal law enforcement. But the right people have been compromised by people like the Jeffrey Epsteins, you know? They've been compromised to the point where they would never go after the ones who are really responsible.
We gotta ask the judges, my guy.
Talk about it, brother.
Remember the judges? No, we can't hold up the fact that y'all swore an oath to defend the Constitution and the American people as trusted and elected representatives, justice and whatnot, and so on and so fucking forth. The fact that you get some evidence like this and you say, hold the fucking phone because this is too damning. This is like, it's a fucking, you compromise your own morals, you compromise your position. You aren't fit. The fact that we could have had this shit purged from that bottleneck Delta point on. That was a fucking linchpin. Now imagine that. But yet these people and their influence are still being allowed to move unmolested. Baffles me.
Yup. Yeah. Look. So this is the bullshit, right? Because so Fauci said what he said. No, we had nothing. NIH had nothing to do with that study, right? That's categorically incorrect, or whatever he told Rand Paul. But I'm looking at the study right now. I'm gonna send this to you too. This is it's a medical journal. Close pathogen. Headline: Discovery of a rich gene pool of bat SARS-related coronaviruses provides new insights into the origin of SARS coronavirus. This is from November 30th, 2017.
And wait, it was. I see it.
Right. Now I'm gonna skip through all this because I'm gonna go to the funding. This work was jointly funded by National Natural Science Foundation of China, China Mega Project for Infectious Disease, to ZLS, Scientific and Technological Basis Special Project, YZZ and ZLS from the Ministry of Science and Technology of China, the Strategic Priority Research Program of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, to ZLS, the National Institutes of Health, the USAID Emerging Pandemic Threats Predict Program to PD and ZLS, Pioneer 100 Talents Program. So right in there, you heard the National Institutes of Health.
Yeah, but what got me, I'm sitting here looking at the USAID Emerging Pandemics Threats EPD Predict Program. So what else y'all got on the motherfucking timeline that we need to be alarmed about in the fucking future?
Thank you, brother.
You dig? Like, what else I had? Let me see your previous track record.
Right.
And who initiated said predictions and the timeline they were acknowledged as an individual in that fucking agency in the time the predictions actually took place. I want to know that information, motherfucker.
Say that again. Say that. You just said a mouthful. Say that again, brother.
I said I want to know the motherfucking individuals in these organizations that made these predictions, the dates they were acknowledged of making said predictions, and the times in which these predictions of these pandemics actually took place.
Okay. Ashe.
That's what the fuck I want to know. And I want to see their previous track record.
I got something for you.
Show me more. I want ice cream. I have pistachio ice cream. I'm going to get some pistachio ice cream. I'll be right back. Hold on.
USAID.gov. This is the Emerging Pandemic Threats Program. This is from 2009. In 2009, the U.S. Agency for International Development, that's the USAID, launched the Emerging Pandemic Threats Program, EPT1, a 5-year program targeting the early detection of new disease threats, enhance national level preparedness and response capacities for their effective control and reduction in the risk of disease emergence by minimizing those practices and behaviors that trigger the spillover and spread of new pathogens from animal reservoirs to humans. So they're dealing with the zoonotic diseases specifically. Okay. Let me see. Developing longitudinal data sets, understanding the human behaviors and practices that underlie the risk of spillover, promoting policies and practices. They got a whole bunch of shit. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff on here. I'm seeing if anything jumps out real quick. Agriculture, food, and security. I'm not even going to read all this stuff right now, but this is a great website. Y'all should definitely check it out. Oh, shit. I lost John? Hold on one second. Damn. Yeah. So I found the USAID Emerging Pandemic Threats Program. I just sent it to the box. Definitely something to, maybe we should take a look at that and bring this up in another show. I mean, if anything kind of pops out at you, please share it. They got a lot of interesting topics like environment, energy, and infrastructure.
The fact that, like we were saying a minute ago,